Well, it's just been a cloudy and cool Wednesday across Central Oregon. Hey everyone, I'm Darrell Winninger, Chief Meteorologist at Central Oregon Daily News. And across the high desert, we are in that area that's just in advance of our next front. And this is the same front that's actually bringing an atmospheric river to California through the coastline, going all the way up through Northern California. And that atmospheric river edges a little bit into the Pacific Northwest, but not quite into the high desert. So through the next couple of days, some changes to our weather pattern are expected, but we are going to put these 60s in the rearview mirror for quite a while. So let's take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. Look at what's been happening today, what's going to happen through the next couple of days, and how that's really going to impact us. Everything from travel conditions all the way to just our day-to-day operation across the Tri-County area, what we can really expect. Let's start off with what it looks like right now. We have a whole lot of cloud. We have a whole lot of cloud cover, pardon me, and there are some pockets of clearing. Now, there are a few cameras that we're showing here just as the sun is getting ready to set where we see some of that in and out cloud cover. From the Pineville Reservoir camera, we can actually see where those clouds are thinning out a little bit, as well as Pine Mountain from the Oregon Hazards Lab camera network. We can see some pockets of clearing. Now, this could be some good news for parts of the high desert because we still are going to be in that geomagnetic storm that brought most of the country last night. Those gorgeous views of Aurora Borealis. Tonight it's not as strong of a storm, not a level 4, G4 I should say, but I think it's G2 or G3, and that still means that here in Central Oregon we could see some of it if those clouds weren't there. So these areas that get a little bit of clearing could be setting up for some gorgeous views. Even if there's a little bit of cloud cover, you might be able to see that aurora behind those clouds. I know we were getting some comments on social media last night where people were able to actually see a little bit of the aurora, but filtered through some of that cloud cover. Now, going forward through the next couple of days, there are a couple of weather alerts I have to mention. We do have a wind advisory from 1 a.m. Thursday till 1 a.m. Saturday. Strong winds, but that's really for Klamath and Lake counties. Through the Tri-County area, we don't have anything. The air quality alert that was in place has since expired. Now, we still have some pockets of reduced air quality, and the next system is actually weaker than it looked yesterday. So we're not looking at too much in the way of winter storm impacts across the Tri-County area. And just to focus on that air quality because of what we were seeing yesterday with that air quality alert, currently it's good to moderate air quality. That base map, that is from the DEQ, that is your hourly average, and each one of those individual sensors, those are real-time sensors coming from eSpace. That's a local company in Bend that has this huge air quality monitoring network across Central Oregon and even other parts of the state, and really it's just good to moderate air quality. There is one more air quality monitoring network that we do have access to. We don't use it a lot on air because the dots are so small, it's really hard to make things out, but for most of the Tri-Counties, we do have good air quality. This is the Purple Air Quality Monitoring Network. Now, from Lapine through Sun River, Three Rivers, and even Deschutes River Woods, there are a couple of sensors that are showing reduced air quality and a few that are even showing poor air quality, but for the most part, it's yellow to green, so good to moderate. Getting into the northern parts of our Tri-County area, that's where we actually have a little bit more reduced air quality to where it's moderate, with some of them showing unhealthy for sensitive groups. And we're going to keep this chance for lower air quality through the next 18 hours, really until our next system rolls into the region. And some sprinkles are expected tonight. We've already had a couple sprinkles through the Tri-County area, just not much actually reaching the surface. What does that mean for us? Does that mean this front is going the other way? Not quite. It is still going to roll into the region, but it starts to break apart in a different way, resulting in the chance of some showers, maybe even stronger winds once again, but not as much precipitation as what we were looking at. Even our gusts aren't going to be as strong as we were looking at yesterday with model guidance. So when we just focus on what's actually happening, there are showers from Central Oregon stretched all the way to the other side of the Cascades to the coastline, and this is all part of a bigger system that's out over the Pacific Ocean, but this bigger system is already starting to transition. Instead of the warm front to our north and the cold front to our south, what we're actually seeing is one system developing further to the north and another one further to the south. So even that southern one is, you can't really see satellite and radar too much here because it's at the edge of it, but this southern southern one is going to roll into California, northern California. That's the one bringing the atmospheric river. So it's not quite coming to near us, but we are still looking at a chance of some showers through the Tri-County area. So let's look at the bigger picture. Let's just focus on this entire system, and you can really see where that surface analysis plot was actually getting all this from. We do have a low further to the north, and there's a stronger low pressure further to the south. Now, this is the one that has that atmospheric river of moisture, and that's going to be digging into California. But through central Oregon, we are going to catch some showers. Snow levels are going to fall, just not as low as we previously thought. And what this all means is that, yes, winds are going to get gusty. Yes, some rain is expected, but periods of clearing and times of sunshine in between those showers. Now, look at the bigger picture. And over the Pacific Ocean, there's a broad ridge of high pressure with another low and more systems further out from the Aleutian Islands all the way into the northern Pacific. And we're not too worried about that for right now, because by Friday and Saturday, that high pressure is going to be the dominant feature really driving our weather pattern. But when we switch gears from infrared satellite imagery to water vapor imagery, and we still have those pressure lines on the map, what we're seeing is this atmospheric river isn't going to be as pronounced as some other ones that we've had already this season. In fact, what we're going to get is a whole lot of rain for California, some rain for us, but more of our showers are going to be on the other side of the Cascades. Now, we will get wet. We are looking at some mountain snow, and we are expecting winds to get gusty, and that's one of the reasons why the pressure is on the map, those white lines that kind of put a bullseye around the low pressure. These are isobars, or equal lines of pressure, or constant lines of pressure, depending on where you're getting your definition from. Either way, what we notice is that when we start to see them closely next to each other, stacked on each other, we call that a steep gradient, and with that kind of pressure gradient, winds are just going to get gusty here through the next couple of days. Really, the gusty winds are mostly going to be on Thursday, and then by Friday, still breezy, gusty at times. So as we go forward through the next couple of days, we are looking at some showers. In fact, tonight, some sprinkles after midnight. Through Thursday, some showers specifically during the PM hours, and then that cold front fizzles out. By Friday and Saturday, we're back to in and out cover, maybe a few sprinkles. Meanwhile, winds are going to get gusty. Right now, gusts are between 2 to 12 miles per hour for some parts of the high desert, but Prineville Bend, Sun River, Lapine, all those areas between, more like 10 to 20 miles per hour. Actual wind speeds are 2 to 12, and as we go forward through tonight, after midnight, wind speeds really start to crank up. Then watch this. Remember, with this graphic, everything to the left of the white line, that now line, is already observed. It's already happened. So it did get breezy at times, and winds are tapering off now that the sun is setting, but they're going to start to crank back up, and through the day tomorrow, it's going to be breezy, even gusty at times. Then by Friday, breezy at times, so wind speeds come back down as we're wrapping up the work week. Meanwhile, relative humidity, not too much to talk about. There are some spots that have higher humidity, others are moderate to low, and high temperatures in the last 24 hours have been in the 50s and 60s. Most of these happened yesterday. Some of them actually happened today, and we have 60 still on the map with a few 40s and a couple of 50s out there as well. That puts us running between 2 degrees cooler and 5 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. That's the bump in temperatures that I was talking about this time yesterday, and by tomorrow, temperatures are still going to be running a little more on the mild side, above average for this time of the year. But ultimately, as we go forward, what we're actually expecting here through central Oregon is more precipitation, not just across the high desert, but the entire Pacific Northwest, and a little bit of that is going to be mountain snow. We'll talk about that here in the next couple of minutes. Let's look at the roller coaster temperatures expected by Friday and Saturday. Remember, we get that break between systems. Early showers taper off on Friday, and then we get back to in and out clouds. Temperatures rebound Saturday, then the next system rolls in Sunday and Monday. So let's go ahead and look at our forecast model. And this is one that we typically use on air that I'm going to pull up. And it starts with this evening with that system off the California coastline. And it is going to bring some showers to the Tri-County area. Most of that happening late Thursday through Thursday night. By Friday and Saturday, look at this. Not much in the way of precipitation. In and out clouds. Saturday's when temperatures rebound. And Sunday brings our next cold front. So playing that out one more time. Those showers start to approach on Sunday. That front works its way through, dropping our snow levels, bringing us some mountain snow by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday Thursday. By Tuesday and Wednesday, we are back to more sunshine than cloud cover before another system starts to roll in. So between now and 7 a.m. Thursday, some sprinkles are expected. Most of the rain rolls through Thursday and Thursday night. By Friday and Saturday, not much more happening. And past that, the second system, the Sunday and Monday one, does bring some snow to the Cascades, just not a lot of it. So for tonight, we're talking 40s with some 30s on the map. By tomorrow, and during that time, periods of clearing are expected, so there's a chance to view aurora tonight. But by Thursday, more showers are in the forecast, 60s and 50s expected, then the cool down. And by Friday, we're back into the 50s. By Saturday, temperatures rebound because of this break between systems. By Sunday and Monday, we don't just cool down. We get a big dip in temperatures. It's going to be chilly to start off next week. Winds are still going to be breezy at times, and more precipitation, including mountain snow, is on the way. So just a quick recap for you. Your weather headlines for this Wednesday, November the 12th. Clouds mostly blocking the aurora show. Wind, rain, and mountain snow are on the way, but the mountain snow is holding off until we get to Sunday and Monday. But our next cold fronts are going to be Thursday, and then that Sunday and Monday one. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines, your most reliable forecast, and pretty much anything else that you need to know at the forecast. So thank you for joining this. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the comments section below. We'll see y'all later.